Welcome back. Today we are learning on jet propulsive problems. So let will start. So the problem is given like this. Air enters a turbojet engine at 800 kilopascal, 240 Kelvin, and an inlet velocity of 280 meter per second. The pressure ratio across the compressor is 8. The turbine inlet temperature is 1200 degree Kelvin and pressure at the nozzle exit 80 kilopascal. The work developed by the turbine equal the compressor work input. The diffuser, compressor, turbine and nozzle process are isentropic and there is no pressure drop for flow through the combustion. For operation at steady state, determine the velocity at the nozzle exit and the pressure at each principal states. Neglect the kinetic energy at exit of all process except the nozzle and neglect the potential energy also. So this is the problem stated. So let us try to solve the problem. First, let will see the given data in the problem. Okay. So as per the given problem, so there is a diffuser and 1 to 2 is a diffuser and 2 to 3 is a compressor and 3 to 4 is a combustion chamber and 4 to 5 is a turbine and 5 to 6 is a nozzle. So this is a general layout of turbojet engine. So all the processes are assumed as a isentropically. So therefore the diffuser, compressor and turbine nozzles are assumed here as a isentropic process. Let us try to draw the TS diagram. The TS diagram is like this. From 1 to 2, it is a isentropic compression which will be occurred in the diffuser. And 2 to 3 is a compressor process. Again, the process is isentropically compressed from the pressure 2 to the 3. And from 3 to 4, it is the combustion process and at constant pressure, this is 3 to 4 line is a constant pressure line. At 3 to 4, the combustion process occurred. And from the 4 to 5, the hot gases are expanded in the turbine and due to that expansion, the work will be developed by the turbine. In this problem, the turbine work that is developed by the turbine will be utilized to run the compressor. So therefore, the compressor input work must be equal to the turbine work. So this is a point, one of the very important point that is stated in the problem. Then 5 to 6 is a expansion occurred in the nozzle. So this is the data given in the problem. In the problem, it is mentioned that with 800 kilopascal and 240 degree Kelvin, it is entered into the diffuser. So the air is entered with a pressure of 80 kilopascal and 240 degree Kelvin. So therefore, at point 1, the pressure and temperature is the 80 kilopascal and 240 degree Kelvin. And in the problem, it is stated that V1, that is called velocity at point 1, is 280 meter per second. And one more data is given in the problem that is called RP, that is called pressure ratio, is given in the problem. And it is mentioned that the pressure ratio is 8. Okay, the pressure ratio is given 8. And it is stated that the pressure ratio in the compressor means that the P3 divided by the P2 is equal to the 8. So P3 pressure is equal to this one, and P2 pressure is equal to the 8. This is the compressor inlet is at 0.2 and compressor exit is equal to 0.3. So this pressure ratio is given 8. So the P3 divided by the P2 is given that it is equal 8. Here it is mentioned that P3 divided by the P2 is equal 8. And also if P1 is equal 80 kilopascal, similarly at exit of the nozzle that is called P6 is also equal to the 80 kilopascal. There is one more data is given in the problem that is called turbine inlet temperature that is called 1200 degree Kelvin. The turbine inlet is equal 4 and outlet is equal 5. So at inlet of the turbine that is called T4, it is given in the problem that is called 1200 degree Kelvin. And one more point is mentioned in the problem that is called the turbine work must be equal to the compressor work. And you need to be find out what is the velocity of the jet that is exit from the nozzle. That is called, you need to be find out what is a V6, that is called velocity of jet, and pressure at each principal status. Each principal status you have to be find out what is the pressure. Let's solve the problem. So here let us start the solution from the diffuser. The diffuser is equal from the 1 to 2, the process is occurred in the diffuser. So in the diffuser 1 to 2, then it is possible to find out the temperature T2. So that can be right as T2 is equal T1 plus V1 by 2 times of the Cp, and that would be equal to the 240 plus V1 is given in the problem and divided by 2 into Cp is equal 1.005, and that is equal to 279 degree Kelvin. And similarly, the pressure also can be right as from the gases law. The P2 by P1 is equal T2 by T1 to the power of gamma by gamma minus 1, because 1 to 2 is equal isentropic compression. So therefore, it is possible to write that P2 is equal P1 times of T2 by T1 to the power of gamma by gamma minus 1. And it is equal to the P1 is given 800 kilopascal, and you can take here 10 to the power of 3, 8 into 10 power 3 into T2 is equal to 279 and T1 is given that 240, and to the power of gamma by gamma minus 1 will be getting that 3.5. Here you can take that gamma is equal 1.4. So the ratio is given that 3.5. So from this one, the pressure at point 2 can be calculated 135.5 kilopascal. Now let us focus to find out the what is the pressure at point 3. Means that the point P2 is nothing but it is the inlet pressure of the compressor. Now need to be find out the what is the outlet of the compressor pressure. In the problem, it is mentioned that the pressure ratio P3 by P2 is equal to 8. So the pressure ratio is given that P3 by P2 is equal to 8, that is called RP. So from this one, the P3 can be write as the pressure ratio into P2. And pressure ratio is given that 8, and P2 just now we calculated that is equal to 135.5. And you'll get the magnitude value of the P3, that is called 1084 kilopascal. This is the pressure at exit of the compressor. Now, let us take the process from the 2 to 3. So 2 to 3 is again it is an isentropic compression. If the process is isentropic compression, therefore it is possible to write the relation between the temperature and pressure, that is called T3 by T2 is equal P3 by P2 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So it is possible to write that from that one T3 is equal T2 into P3 by P2 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So here T2 is given in the T2 just now we calculated in the previous slide, and P3 is also calculated and P2 also calculated. So every data is known. Take the gamma is equal 1.4. Therefore, gamma minus 1 by gamma you will get 3.5. So every data is known. So therefore it is possible to get the T3, and you'll get the value of the T3 is equal to 505.4 degree Kelvin. That is called exit temperature of the compressor. Now, so the pressure P3 must be equal to the pressure P4. Why? Because the combustion process occurred at constant pressure. So therefore, whatever the P3 we got in the last slide, that is called 1084, must be equal to the pressure at 4. So pressure at 4. So now let us try to find out the remaining parameter in the turbine. So in the problem, it is given that the temperature at point 4, that is called 1200 degree Kelvin, that is given. So now the pressure is also, just now we know that because P3 is equal to P4. So now let us try to focus to find out the what is the pressure at 5 as well as the temperature at 5. So let us try to find out those things. So here the one point is mentioned that the work input at the compressor, that is called MCP into delta T, where M is called 1 unit you can take and CP is called 1.005. So the from the 2 to 3 the work can be find out the turbine, the compressor input work is Cp into T3 minus T2, where Cp is equal 1.005 into the temperature T3 and 505.4, just now we calculated, and T2 also calculate 279 degree Kelvin. So therefore it is possible to get the compressor input work, that is called 227.53 kilojoules per kg. So this input of the compressor work must be equal to the turbine work, or the turbine that is going to be generate the work, and that must be equal to the compressor input work. So it is possible to write that the compressor work is also equal to Cp into from the process 4 to 5, that is equal to T4 minus T5. So here the compressor work is equal to the turbine work, therefore 227.53 must be equal to Cp is equal to 1.005 into T4 is given in the problem, that is called 1200 minus of T5. Only T5 is unknown in this above equation. Therefore T5 it is possible to calculate, that is equal to 973.6 degree Kelvin. Once you know the T5, we know that the 4 to 5 is the isentropic expansion. From that isentropic expansion, it is possible to write a relationship between the pressure, that is called P5 by P4 is equal to the T5 by T4 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So that is equal to the, where P4 is calculated, that is must be equal to P3, that is equal to 1084 into T5, just now we calculate 973.6 divided by the T4 is given in the problem 1200 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma, that is equal to the 3.5. So from this one, it is possible to calculate the P5 and you will get the value of 5 to 1.46 kilopascal. So this is the what is that, the pressure and temperature at each and every stage. So now let us try to find out the what is the velocity at point 6. At exit point 6, if you want to find out the velocity, so the exit point is nothing but from the 5 to 6 is the nozzle process. So from the 5 to 6, the velocity can be defined in terms of the temperature, that is called, if you know the T5 as well as the T6, therefore it is possible to write down the velocity V6, or that is V6 must be equal to V of jet, that is equal to the under root of 2 times of Cp into T5 minus T6. So here T5 is calculated, but we don't know the T6. So if you know the T6, then it is possible to calculate the velocity of jet, that is called exit velocity of the nozzle at point 6. So the process 5 to 6 is the isentropic expansion. Therefore, it is possible to write down the relationship between the temperature and pressure. So the T6 by T5 is equal to the P6 by P5 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So from this one, the T6 can be written as T5 into P6 by P5 to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. So here T6 can be calculated is equal to the T5, that is equal to 973.6 into P6 is given that it is equal to the P1, that is equal to 80 divided by the P5. Just now we calculated 521.46 kilopascal to the power of 3.5, that is equal to gamma minus 1 by gamma. So from this one, T6 can be calculated. Once you know the T6 and once you calculate the T5, then Cp is equal to 1.005 into 2 under root, you'll get the velocity of jet. The velocity of jet can be calculated 2 into 1.005 into 973.6 minus 569.86, and you'll get the jet velocity is equal to 900.8 meter per second. So this is the value of the jet velocity, and nothing but that is equal to that 0.6, the exit velocity from the nozzle. Thank you. And here I'm going to add the one assignment, because till now we have completed the 3 problems, and here I'm going to give the one assignment problem, then later I'm going to add the another assignment questions. But right now I'm going to give the one assignment question, and this assignment question is stated that the diameter of the propeller of an aircraft is 2.5 meters. It flies at a speed of 500 km per hour at an altitude of 800 meters for a flight to jet speed ratio of 0.75, and determine the flow rate of air through the propeller, and B is equal thrust produced, and C specific thrust, and D specific impulse, and last one the thrust power generated in the jet propulsion engine. So this is the assignment, and please be solve this assignment and submit as early as possible. I'm going to convey the mail address in a group, so you need to be submit all the assignment to that group. So later we're going to add some more questions to the assignment, and this is the first question in the part of the assignment. So thank you all.